What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, MRC Garage. In today's video, we are finally getting back to putting the Rex together. Instead of taking parts off, we're gonna be putting parts on. So one little favor though, go ahead and smash that like button right now. It doesn't cost you a penny, it doesn't cost you a dime. Just click the like button, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and clicking the bell for post notifications. So before we get rambling on too much, let's go ahead and get in today's video. Alright guys, and the first thing on our agenda is installing these P1 Racing ball joints. These are extended ball joints. Let's go ahead, if you've been paying close attention to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, then, well, look at this glamour shot right here. So what we have here is a Buddy Club. It's a P1 Racing parts, but it is a Buddy Club Motorsports equipment. So what this is it's an extended ball joint, and we'll get in depth what that means a little later in a different video. We're gonna make a separate video on that if you're interested in what an extended ball joint does, or why you would need an extended ball joint. We're gonna make a video on that, so be sure to go check that video out as well. But let's get into it. So what we're gonna do first of all is we have a little bit of POR 15 right here. So we're gonna go ahead, and John here is gonna go ahead and clean that out with the wire wheel. Alrighty guys, look at that, brand new. Nice. This should slip right on in. So let's go ahead and get to explaining on what tools you guys are gonna be needing if you're interested in doing a ball joint replacement. Now granted, this is off the car, but you can do it on the car with the same procedure. So let's get started. Alright guys, so the tools you're gonna be needing, we have this ball joint press. It's 4x4 and 2-wheel drive ball joint press. It has all sorts of different attachments and whatnot. We are going to be using this guy because this is an extended ball joint. I think we're going to be lucky. I was fiddling around with some different ideas in case it's too long. As you see, this has a hole in the end. This will swallow this as the press presses on the top of this, and you don't want it to hit the back of here like so. But I got to looking at it some more, and I think it'll just work just fine because the lip right here and this sits just right here, and I think we're in the clear because that has a bottom nipple right there. So I think we're in the clear, and I do not think, we're plenty.
I think we've got plenty of room.
So, all right, it will work. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to fully extend your press like so. You want to take your ball joint and you're gonna fish it in here just so slightly. Try not to rip the boot. Make sure the boot is nice and even. It'll go just like that. Then you're gonna want to slide this just over the top of here, and then you're gonna want to make sure you spin all this down. And this one's got a slide pin. Not all of them do, I don't think. I could be wrong. This is the first one I've seen with the slide pin. Some of them have like a different style. And you can use a C-clamp too. This is right now. So now we've got our clamp in place. Basically, now you just crank down on the end. So we've got you're gonna need a 22 millimeter. In this case, with our ball joint press, they may differ. And basically, gonna wanna just crank down on it. Now, you do not wanna use air. Air may seem faster, better,
but we don't want to risk damaging these threads here.
Exactly. So just ever so slightly.
We're just going to start cranking down on it, and what you're going to see is this flange right here is just going to get sucked into the bottom of the knuckle. So we're just going to start cranking here.
Alright,
there you go. And you already start to see that thing moving in.
And it may damage the sticker, but we don't care about that sticker.
Right.
It's just for packaging purposes to make it look pretty. The only thing that we're worried about is not damaging the boot and pressing this sucker in. And it does take some effort, guys, so you're gonna have to use your muscles on this one. Where are we looking? Oh, we're almost in there. It's getting tight.
Just to
Okay. okay? And you know when to stop, guys, when it gets ass tight. Like,
right. It'll get so tight that you
couldn't shove a
struggling
toothpick
to
up
move
your
it.
butthole if you tried. Yep, that's it right there.
Alrighty, so we're bottomed out. Now
Yep.
we're just gonna back off the press here. And when we take it off, we should have a brand new installed extended ball joint.
And here we are, fellas. Without dropping the cup. And voila, oh, it didn't rip the sticker on.
I'll be damned, we got even better this time, Reed.
So, what we're talking about here, guys. Alright, so we did the last one off camera and we left paint in the inside, so unfortunately it doesn't look as pretty as this one, but I am pretty impressed with how this slipped in and did not damage that beautiful sticker, unfortunately, on our other one.
We didn't have as much luck.
Yep, I didn't rip out, I didn't have him go in with the wire wheel so we could get that paint out. I figured it would just slip past it, and it didn't, but without any further ado, we're ready to go. This is ready to go back on the car. But we're not gonna get to that right just yet. We're gonna go ahead and start installing the rear trailing arms. So let's get to that. All right, guys, we made a small boo-boo. We forgot to show you the snap rings that actually keep this sucker retained. So we're gonna go ahead and open up these snap rings right here. It's funny, it came with two sets of four Carter pins, some chrome ones and some black ones. I think we're gonna go ahead and use the black ones just to blend everything in. It came with the snap rings. I don't know why there was. Oh, you know what? I know what these are for. These guys are for these guys right here. So that's where I put those in earlier. So yes, we are going to be using the black ones. So those do not go to that. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this back in the, jig it up in the press, or jig it up in the vise. So. Go ahead and cut if you want. 3 it is. When Jonathan went ahead and ground down some of the more paint, I chiseled some more build up around here. So
Just gonna see if we can get a little better fit now.
Work our way. Alright, and then screwdriver here. Listening for that click. There it is.
You guys may not have been able to hear that, but there was a positive little snap when it fit right into that groove.
And then we can show you on camera as well. It is in there now, so. Go ahead and give it a love tap with a little mallet here, just to. And she is in there. So, as you can see, inside that groove, if you can look and see.
Hold on, let me focus. Yep, they can see.
It's in there now. So now go ahead and throw this sticker back on it, and we'll do the same on the other side. Alright guys, so now that we got them all done, both of them are snapped in like I did mention here before. We did have to take the sticker off, unfortunately, but I'm not too worried about that. Same with this one, it's already kind of peeling off. But that's not what's important here, and it's on. I put it on upside down too as well. But like I said, the sticker's just a sticker. It's just a showpiece. Really not important. But they're both done, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead to the rear camber links. So we're gonna give a little brief explanation of what they do and why it's important to have them in a racing application and a car that you want to handle. So let's go and get to it. Alright guys, so now that we're here by the car, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a brief explanation of why it's important to have these, as I mentioned earlier. So these connect to the chassis, as we will show you here in a bit, but I wanted to go over of what those do and what they correspond to this. So those connect right here, and then it goes to the chassis, and it allows the adjustment to go negative camber or positive camber. So negative camber is the wheel poking this way, and positive camber is the top of the wheel poking out. So that's why, that's pretty much what these guys are going to allow this car to do. And it's better for racing applications to have just a little bit of negative, not ever so much positive, but you don't want to go stance nation, but you don't want to be wheels straight up and down.
It's one of those things you have to fine tune to your car and your driving style as well.
That's what these VMS.
And the stock arms, they weren't even adjustable at all.
You can flip it over when you're talking.
Yeah, the stock arms on this car, they didn't have any adjustment in them. They were just fixed. You couldn't adjust it at all. They were just, it is what it is, and that's it. But these new VMS arms,
Right here,
I'll show you, have like a tie rod. You can turn them and they can extend and contract, so that allows us to fine tune our camber adjustment to our liking, and is a much better operator over stop. They also have upgraded bushings in here as well.
Yep.
So there's going to be almost no flex in the suspension other than what we want there to be.
Alrighty, so let's go get to installing these bad boys. I need to bring the light over. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and have our bolts here, and it's going to go just like this. So we're going to go ahead and thread one in. So, grab one. Line it up. Alright, cut. Alright guys, so we got our torque wrench here. You're going to want to set these to 29 foot-pounds or 30 foot-pounds, give or take. In this case, I put mine to just about 29-ish. Alright, so it is a 14 millimeter, not a 15. If I said 15, I'm sorry. So we're going to go ahead.
Alright, that's torqued. And torqued.
Alright guys, so now that we got this torque down to 29 foot-pounds, we're going to go ahead and go to the other side and repeat the same process. Alright boys, so you're going to want to make sure that the shorter end right here is going to go towards the outside is what we
want it to be on the far end of the body.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and throw our trailing arm this way.
This will be a lot easier once we get the lift. So
go ahead and throw this right through here like that. And then I'm going to take the
just
bolt.
going to go back in place. The same thing on the other side.
Just like that.
Alright.
Alright boys, so we're going to go ahead and zip these down. Going to take the pressure off. And then we're going to go ahead and alright. And And then these are set to 47 foot-pounds if this little gun didn't do that already. So let's go and check and see how good that gun really is. So we're gonna, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and grab our torque wrench, gonna unlock it, and then you're gonna spin this all the way up to 40 and then 7 on the dial. So we're at 46, 7. So go ahead and, in my case I'm using an adapter, and we're gonna go ahead and yep. Alright, I always like to double click it just to be safe.
to be sure.
Alright, now let's go ahead and do the other side. Alright guys, Lewis showed up over here. You can't see him, but
There he is.
we are fixing to do the other side now. So we're going to give you guys a little bit of a time lapse.
What's on the car up? It's fucking three-wheeling. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Alright guys, now that we got both the trailing arms on, now we're going to go ahead and install both camber links. I've got the bolt right here, and should be fairly simple. Lift this up and throw it in. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and just simply lift this up here into place. Grab our bolt.
Just gonna fish that through.
There it goes. That's how that sucks shut. That's what you want. And then go ahead. And then you said it was.
And we're gonna torque that down to 40 foot-pounds.
What happened to them?
It's over there. The batteries are dead.
Oh, well, you gotta get like big ass batteries.
They're small. They're double A. Only 3 of them.
Seriously?
Yeah, for real. So convenient, right? But I still have not yet gotten it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad we have an old style fashion one.
This might be a problem.
There you go.
Alrighty guys, that's it boys. This torque is.
Alright. Now we'll hit you guys up on the other side.
Alright guys, the camera cut off there, but now we're gonna go ahead and, even though we don't have the rear arms, we can still install these. They'll just hang and the arm will actually move out of the way just enough for us to be able to get these through. So, we're gonna go ahead and throw these bad boys on. I'm gonna hand them here to John. And we're gonna go ahead and throw them on.
All right, guys, Reed's in the car, and I'm gonna hand this coil over up to him, and he's gonna tighten it from inside the car.
First nut, I got the first nut started. John's down there holding it. We're gonna go ahead and run them all the way down, just like so. Perfect. All right, guys, you grab your torque wrench once again, and you're gonna set it to 30 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the back one first because it's the easiest. Get it to. It's important to run these nuts down as far as you can get them so they're snug. So when you put the wrench on it. All right, that should be good. There we go. And it's important that you torque them.
Torque.
Alright. Now we're going to run over to this one right here.
Make sure you're on it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of a hard angle on this side, guys.
There you go. Here, you want me to hold that light?
Yep.
I got you.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little segment. We're going to go ahead and hopefully we might be able to jump to the front end of the car now and go ahead and throw these bad boys on. What do you think? Or do you think we should wait?
time.
Yeah?
What you think?
I think I'm impatient and let's just throw them on. Well, we do need a new steering rack, but I don't think throwing these on will stop us from taking the steering rack out. You think so?
No, no, not really. As long as we don't have the CV axles in the way. And
No, CV axles, no.
Yeah,
no.
we're good.
All right.
If you wanted to, we could even throw in the uppers.
Oh, definitely. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in the upper control arms and lower control arms. I think we're gonna do the uppers first and show you how to do that. So let's get to it.
Oh yeah.
Cool beans.
All right, guys. So before we can go ahead and throw these bad boys on, we got to go ahead and tighten up these guys on the corner. So I've got a 14mm wrench and a 14mm socket. We're just gonna set it just like this. You grab your gun right here, put your socket just like that. And what I like to do is grab the boxed in on this side, and then, or actually vice versa. Duh. That way you can fit it. So then basically go like this. Super snug. Is there a torque specification on that, John?
That's what I'm looking up.
Okay, John over here's our torque specification guy. He's gonna go ahead and give us a rundown whether or not there is a torque specification. So
Let's get a look at those bushings.
oh, for sure, definitely.
Definitely.
So it's a beautiful red, guys. These are two different styles of skunk too. They have a silver one and they have the gold one. I believe the gold one is much stronger because the silver one looks like it's casted. This does not look like it's casted. If you look, you don't see, like, it looks like styrofoam almost. It's one solid piece, so it's a lot much, it's more stronger. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this side. And then go ahead and grab our other one. So where's our other one at, John? And this arm. Go ahead and hand this to me. As you can see, it's looser than it's floppy, and that's not what you want when you install it in the car due to the fact that you will not be able to get to these.
Looser than a monkey's ass.
So, actually, you will be able to get to them because if you are an OG subscriber and you watched the video of us tearing this car apart, we actually did it incorrectly. We did not take these out. We took those out. And we managed to do it, but boy, did we struggle.
we did.
Yeah.
But we learned. Hey.
Yep. cut.
All right, you got the nuts? I don't know why I
Alright.
What are those torque to?
Alright, what are we gonna... Alright guys, you're gonna wanna set these upper control arm bolts to 47 foot-pounds. This out of the way here. And
just get that torqued.
go one pass. Alright.
I'm going to do that guy right there.
If I can get to it with a reasonable angle. Okay, this should be it. Yep. Alright, that side is... Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and slide our lower control arm into this joint right here. This is known as the subframe or K-frame, or yeah, I call it the sub. It's a unibody.
K-member.
K-member, whatever the technical term is. I usually call it just a K-member, and these are kind of tough. There we go. And now we're just going to wall it down just a little bit till we get our... These go this way. Just like so.
Suspension parts are like women. They don't listen until you smack them around a little bit.
I don't know about putting that in there.
I'm fucking kidding.
Alright. No go, guys. Unfortunately,
I knew it was gonna happen.
the gun loses in this one, so we're gonna have to grab the...
Have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Go ahead and grab that ratchet over there. And then torque wrench.
Yep, it's already set to 40.
Alrighty guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and look at that ground clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go with the jack stand, that's badass. Alright, that's it right there.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Now we
we're
just
off to
gotta
the next
torque
side.
those two.
Oh, yep, we gotta do... Alright guys, so now that we got the upper control arms, the lower control arms, we are ready to start installing the front coilovers now. And one thing to note, you do want to make sure that the hoop of the shock fork is facing the front bumper, and you want to make sure that this flat piece, the straight part, is facing the rear of the car. So we have this brand new hardware we've been waiting precious so long, so we went ahead and took out our old crusty bolts and gonna replace them with brand new OEM Honda bolts, as well as the shock fork down below as well. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these in. Alright guys, so now that we got those bolts replaced, you're gonna wanna torque these to 32 foot-pounds. So we're gonna, well, I'm gonna attempt to anyways, without a... I should have enough ab strength. There we go.
You're so strong.
And then we'll do the next one. I don't
Hercules,
want to put these
Hercules.
in a vise. There's no way I'm putting these. Way too much money to throw in a vise. So, get situated here. Is it not? Okay.
What a man.
Alrighty, now we're ready to install them on the car, so let's go. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna feed this to John.
Alright,
And him both the bolts.
Give me one. Alright, and the other.
Yep.
I got the other one.
Alright, so you're gonna wanna torque these. Oh god, these are so nice. Guys, look at these.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're so nice. So we're gonna go ahead and torque these to 30 foot-pounds. That's what we're gonna do now. I like to torque everything by spec, especially when putting a car together. And especially it being a giveaway car that somebody's gonna win. Everything has to be perfect.
And I can already hear a bunch of guys in the comments saying that we need to torque everything once everything is on the ground, and we are going to do that. We're just doing it right now to mock everything up, make sure everything fits together nicely, and goes together in the manner that it should before we even drop everything on the ground.
And we're gonna retorque and recheck everything after everything is
this
done.
thing is going to get a nut and bolt check.
Of course,
the whole way
because
over.
these have no pressure on them. The coilovers have no pressure on them at all. So
Right.
that I may be 30 pounds right now when it's on the ground. It could be a little loose and maybe only be 28. It could be even looser than that. But we are gonna go ahead and retorque everything once everything is on the ground in a later video.
And weight is on it.
We're gonna go ahead and... All right, guys, so we got low battery. We're gonna go ahead and throw this side together. Okay, guys. Oh, there's so much paint gunked up, guys. There it goes.
Yay!
Look at all of our paint. We didn't tape off our holes. Alright, so now we're gonna... Hopefully didn't damage the threads. And then, cut. Alright guys, so these are gonna be torqued to 47 foot-pounds. Alrighty, so that'll be that. Nice and tight, everything is nice and, oh yeah, fucking, nice. Alright, good to go. Alright guys, so the camera died. Today it is the next day today. We didn't feel like waiting an hour or 2 hours for the camera to charge due to the fact that it was already 11:30, or no, it was already 12 o'clock. It was 12:30, it was pretty late, so the G7X battery, we only have one, takes roughly an hour to 3 hours to charge fully, and charging it at 30 minutes just doesn't last. So now, today, we're gonna go ahead and get into installing the knuckles, meaning we've installed the ball joints. So John's over here, we've got the light set up, we've got everything going. You're gonna wanna take off your...
Castle nut on the bottom here.
Yep.
And where are those cotter pins, Reed?
I will go grab them right here. I've got both. So we've got bottom and upper. So the chrome ones,
So if you guys,
the black ones are for, nope.
the black ones are for the bottom, and
Yep.
then the chrome ones are for the top.
Yep.
And I've already taken the castle nut off of the
Top
upper
one.
under here. So
Yep.
we're just gonna slide that into this eyelet here. Sit this down.
Yep. And
I don't know if we have enough adjustment.
no,
to-
yeah, you will.
Oh, yep, there we
That's
go.
how you do
Okay. Got to go top first. I was thinking you had to go bottom first, but
No.
basically just goes in there just like that. And hands
Don't cross thread it now.
I'm not gonna cross thread it.
I'm just teasing. And then we will torque these to spec like everything else. And that's what's good about our videos, guys. And there's so much other content you guys could be watching, but watching us, we truly thank you. And we're very fortunate for that. So if you haven't already, and
It makes a
feel
big difference.
makes a big difference, and go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps us out, guys. So it doesn't cost you nothing. Just click that like button.
It's free. It helps us out.
It helps the algorithm, it helps everything. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our torque wrench and get right back with you guys. Alright guys, so we got our torque wrench, and our bottom one is...
Going to be 40 foot-pounds, and our top one is going to be 32.
Okay.
So we've already got our wrench set to 32. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And
That's it.
all right.
Now we're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and
bump this up to 40.
And I would be using my digital one if the batteries aren't dead, but unfortunately I still have yet to get batteries for it. And they're super convenient batteries. They're actually AA for the snap-on wrench.
And
Oh, there it is.
Torque to spec.
Torqued to spec.
All right, guys.
All right,
go
guys.
in through the top, just like last time, and then back down. Then back down. There it goes.
Perfect.
Now the next one popped out. We're fully seated. Now we'll spin our nuts on.
Right here. Got
Okay. Now let's get our torque wrench. Our bottom one was 40, so we're gonna go ahead and torque it.
I don't know if I have the old rotors to this, guys.
All right, that one's torqued. All right.
And everything on this car, guys, is going to be torqued to spec, just so you know. So it is knowledgeable information. If you're doing your own build and you want to know what everything is torqued to, we're going to give you that information right off the bat. So feel free to take notes.
I really thought it was going to click that time.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Finally. The
And there we are.
anticipation. The
And we can, I guess we can throw that back
Yep.
on for
Yep.
shits and giggles.
For sure, we did the other side that way and throw our Carter pins on.
I think this one's just spinning the...
You're gonna have to hold it. You have to hold the tie rod in itself and break it
That's
free.
not going to happen.
You're gonna have to get channel locks.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll just leave that one for now.
Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell for post notifications. And for those of you who are subscribed, be sure to smash that like button right now. Just click that like button. Go ahead and just click it. Just click the like button. And we will see you guys in the next one.